Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. So alhamdulillah, we have completed 5 forms of the verb, and starting from the first one, which is fa'ala yaf'alu fi'lan, fi'l al-amr if'al, fi'l al-nahi la taf'al, ism al-fa'il fa'ilun, ism al-maf'ul is on the pattern of maf'ulun. So now I'm sure you have memorized this, and if you find any verb on the pattern of fa'ilun or maf'ulun, you can figure out that the fa'ilun is the doer and the maf'ulun is the receiver of the action. Then we move on to the derived forms of the verb. And what is different from the first form of the verb and then the derived form of the verbs? What is the difference?
It has extra tashdid, alif, hamza, and letter.
Excellent, yeah. So there is an addition of extra letter, or there is an addition of extra vowel. And then, as we know that when there is an addition of extra letter or extra addition of extra vowel, then there is also an addition to the meaning as well. The meaning will also change as well. So in number 2, we have tashdid, which is extra. Number 3, we have alif. Number 4, we have hamza. And number 5 is ta tashdid. Tashdid, alif, hamza, ta tashdid. So this is how you can remember. Tashdid, alif, hamza, ta tashdid. So we have sabbaha yusabbihu tasbihan, and then fi'l al-amr is sabbih, fi'l al-nahi is la tusabbih, and ism al-fa'il is musabbihun, and ism al-maf'ul is musabbahun. So there is only difference of the vowel letter here. So if we put kasra, it becomes the doer, and if we put fatha here, it becomes the receiver of the action. Okay. Then we have the third one, which is jahada, yujahidu, mujahadatan. So in here we have alif, which is extra. And then we have fi'l al-amr is jahid, and fi'l al-nahi is la tujahid. And we will see today how to make ism al-fa'il from the third form of the verb, which is jahada yujahidu. So if you remember, I told you that these forms, 3 forms like 3, 4, and 2, 3, and 4, they are some special forms, right? They are some special forms, 2, 3, and 4. And what is special about it? The mudari starts with you, with dhamma, right? So it becomes sabbaha yusabbihu, jahada yujahidu, aslama yuslimu, whereas the regular mudari, as we know, starts with fatha, as we can see here, fa'ala yaf'alu, and as we can see in number 5, tadabbara yatadabbaru, so ya comes back, which is dhamma comes back, fatha, sorry, comes back, whereas 2, 3, and 4, the mudari comes with dhamma, you. And similarly, when we want to make from here, if we want to make ism al-fa'il, how do we make ism al-fa'il? Do you remember? Yes, does anyone remember how to make ism al-fa'il from yujahidu?
Mujahad.
So first, what we will do from the mudari, we will remove alamat al-mudari, which was you. Okay. So we remove you and we replace it with mu, with mim. So mim with dhamma, so it is mu, and then in the end we replace dhamma with tanween. Why do we do it? Because it's a noun, and the noun ending will be with tanween, so it becomes mujahidun. So the person who strives is called mujahid. So to struggle, jahada means to struggle or to strive. So the person who strives or the person who does struggle is called mujahidun. And for the feminine it will be mujahidatun, right? Mujahidun, and we know that if we add ta marbuta, it becomes the feminine. Mujahidatun. So mujahidun wa mujahidatun, that will be the doer of this form of the verb. Similarly, we have yuqatilu, and the same here, we add mim with dhamma, and then in the end we add tanween, it becomes
مقاتل.
muqatilun. So muqatilun is the one who fights. Qatala yuqatilu, qatala means to fight. So muqatil is the person who fights. Then we have yuhajiru, hajara yuhajiru muhajaratan. So the person who does immigration, what do we call it? The person who
مها- مهاجر.
what do we call him? Muhajir, right?
مهاجر.
So meme has dhamma, and then it becomes mu, and then in the end we put tanween, so it becomes
تنوين.
muhajirun,
مهاجر.
the one who migrates. Yeah. So the person who migrates, we call him muhajir.
مهاجر.
Yes, hajara yuhajiru, muhajiratan, and ismul fa'il minhu muhajirun, the person who migrates. Then we have nafaqa, yunafiqu, munafaqatan, wa nifaqan, to display hypocrisy. So someone who is hypocrite, the verb will be yunafiqu, and when we add mu with that, and then we put dhamma, and then in the end we change it with tanween, so it will be munafiq, munafiqun, right? So the person who displays hypocrisy or hypocrite. And we have a surah in the Quran with the name of Surah Al-Munafiqun, surah number 63rd, I think, in the Quran. So it's very simple again, making fi'l al-amr from the third form of the verb, which is fa'ala yufa'ilu mufa'alatan, and then the verb that we have used as a standard verb is jahada yujahidu mujahadatan. So ismul fi'l al-amr will be jahid, and fi'l al-nahi will be la tujahid, and ismul fa'il will be mujahidun, the one who struggles or the one who strives. Similarly, from qatala yuqatilu, the doer will be muqatilun, the one who fights. And then we have hajara yuhajiru, and muhajirun. Muhajirun is the person who immigrates. And then we have nafaqa yunafiqu munafaqatan, is the person, munafiq is the person who displays hypocrisy, or we call hypocrite. Yes. All right, so our, like, as we can see here, this form that we have is like filling up, and we have reached here up to jahada yujahidu mujahadatan, jahid and la tujahid, and the person who strives is mujahidun. So we have reached till this form, and the next one is easy. You know how to make ismul maf'ul, but I don't really want to make it faster or make it difficult for you. So we will take one by one, inshallah, so that you are able to memorize it. What do we have in today's lesson? Do you remember? Yesterday we discussed a few things.
Yeah, use of negative particle lam.
Excellent. We learned about the use of negative particle, which is lam, that equals didn't, and this is the chopper, right?
Yes,
so the chopper is the one that chops the ending of the verb, right? So for example, it was yadhabu, but when we put lam, then it becomes lam yadhab. That means he didn't go. Lam tadhab, she didn't go. Lam tadhab, you didn't go. Lam adhab, I didn't go. And lam nadhab, we didn't go. Then we know in the second set, we have that the verbs that have una and ina sound, the noon gets dropped. So yadhabuna changes into yadhabu, lam yadhabu. Similarly, tadhabuna changes into tadhabu, lam tadhabu. And tadhabina changes into tadhabi, which is lam tadhabi. And the third set that we have is for the plural, for the feminine, for the third person and the second person, and that does not change. It remains as it is, lam yadhabna and lam tadhabna. And we have also learned that lamma is the similar kind of, it is also one of the choppers, as it is lam. So, but when we use lam, it means didn't, and lamma means not yet. So the meaning will change, the function will be the same, the grammatical function will be the same, and they will do the same job, both of them, both particles do the same job, and that is they make the ending of the fi'l mudari sakin, they chop it, they make it sakin, so both of them do the same job. However, didn't means lam, lam means didn't, and lamma means not yet. And we discussed this yesterday in detail as well. So today, inshallah, we can start our lesson. which is lesson number 21. الدرس الحادي والعشرون. So lesson number 21. So we have the dialogue between the students and the teacher. So الطلاب, the students, كيف حالك يا أستاذنا? How are you, O our teacher? أستاذنا. Why there is fatha on ذال? Ya Ustadana. Why it's not Ya Ustaduna?
Because after ya.
Because of Ya. After Ya, excellent Mufid. After Ya, when we have Mudaf, Mudaf ilayh, then it becomes the ending of the Mudaf will be with Fatha. As the example, if you remember one example, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Rabbal Alameen. Normally it is Rabbul Alameen, but when we put Ya before it, then it becomes Ya Rabbal Alameen. So after Ya, when we have Mudaf, Mudaf ilayh, then the ending comes with Fatha. As it is, it becomes Mansub. Ya Ustadana, O our teacher. Ustadana, Ustad means teacher. Ustadana, our teacher. So when we say our teacher, then it becomes Mudaf, Mudaf ilayh. How are you, O our teacher? Al-Mudarrisu bi khairin. I'm okay, I'm good. Ahmadullah wa ashkuruhu. So both of them, now he has used the present tense. Ahmadullah, I praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa ashkuruhu, and I thank him. So as you can see here in the first one, we have Lafz al-Jalala, Ahmadullah, but for the second time, it has been replaced with the pronoun, which is who, the damir, and we know that damir is used to replace a noun so that we don't have to use the noun again and again. So Ahmadullah wa ashkuruhu. Ahmadullah, Ahmadu is the first form, is the which form of the verb? The first one or the second or the third?
أفعل.
Af'alu, it's the first one, right? It doesn't have anything, because Ahmadu is
Yes.
basically I praise Allah, right?
Yes.
So Hamida Yahmadu. Hamida Yahmadu. Yahmadu, he praises, right? Yahmadu, then we have Tahmadu, Ahmadu, and Nahmadu. So you might have heard some people, they say Nahmadullah wa nashkuruhu, Ahmadullah wa ashkuruhu. So when one person says, he will say Ahmadullah wa ashkuruhu, and when one person says on behalf of everybody, what will he say? Nahmadullah wa nashkuruhu, right? We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we praise him. We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we thank him. Nahmadullah wa nashkuruhu. Ana ma ara Haruna. I don't see Harun. Ma ara Haruna. Normally we know that with the mudare, we use la, but when you want to talk about the present situation, only restricted to the present situation, then we use ma to negate the past, the present tense. Ana ma ara Haruna. I don't see Harun. Alam yahdur. Didn't he attend? Alam yahdur. As we know, Hamzatul Istifham. Lam is negative particle, and yahdur is the present tense, which was yahduru. Hadara yahduru. We talked about this yesterday. And when we put lam, the ending becomes sakin, as we can see here. Alam yahdur. Didn't he attend? At-tulabu na'am. Innahu lam yahdur al-yawma. And we know that when we connect sakin with al, we connect with kasra, as you can see here. So innahu lam yahdur al-yawma. He did not, or indeed he did not attend today. Why do I translate in indeed? Why?
Inna, because of inna.
Because of inna. Inna always has a mubtada, subject, and predicate. Where is ismu inna and where is khabaru inna?
Who is ismu inna, sir?
Excellent. Who is ismu inna? We know that always the attached pronouns, whenever they come with inna, they will be the subject. So who is ismu inna? And lam yahdur al-yawma is khabaru inna. Excellent. Al-mudarrisu, the teacher, wa aina asdiqa'uhu thalathatu. And where are his three friends? الطلاب هم أيضا لم يحضروا they also didn't attend. أيضا also, and it is also one of the words in Arabic language that is always used as mansub, as we can see here. For example, yesterday we talked about jiddan. Jiddan is also similarly, shukran is also used like this. And then we say ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. So these are some of the words that are always used as mansub, and there is a reason why they are used it. And inshallah, we will talk about this in the coming lessons, like they are maf'ul mutlaq. Like, and for example, we say daraba yadribu darban. It's similar to that when we say darban. Why we say darban, and why do we not say darbun? So hum aydan lam yahduru, they also didn't attend. Okay, yahduru. Why do we have alif here?
نون is dropped, Ustad. يحضرون.
Excellent. It was yahduruna because of hum. So when we have lam, the lam chops the ending of the mudari, and the noon gets dropped and alif is added, so it becomes lam yahduru. Al-mudarrisu ta'rifuna ayna dhahabu. Do you know where they went? Ahadu tullabi, one of the students. Adhunnu, I believe. Yeah. Dhanna
I think.
is a, yeah, dhanna yadhunnu is a very beautiful verb, which depends on the context. It might mean I think, and it might mean I believe. Inni dhanantu anni mulaqin hisabiya. So when we see this verse of the Quran, inni dhanantu anni mulaqin hisabiya, here it is like I believed that I have to have my hisab. I have to be accountable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So on the context, we will figure out, and we will see whether it is translated as I think or whether it is translated as I believe. Ara and adhunnu or yadhunnu, these verbs, please note them down that they are special verbs. And we will figure out, inshallah, in the next lessons, like why do we call they are special verbs? Because they have some special meaning and also they have some special function as well. So adhunnu, whether we can translate it as I think or I believe, we will see in the context, like we should translate it as I think or I believe, and you will decide. Okay, adhunnu annahum, indeed they, dhahabu ila al-matari, went to the airport, listiqbali, so it was li-istiqbali, but we know that istiqbal, the hamza is hamzatul wasl, so we don't read it, so we read it listiqbali, رئيسهم الذي. Two, yes, that's right. حرف جر للتعليل, right? So it's basically حرف جر, but it is used for reasons. So حرف جر للتعليل لاستقبال رئيسهم. Okay, how will we connect it now?
رئيسه ملذي.
Why meme has kasra and why it has fatha?
Sir, meme will be connected with fatha, like humul muflihun.
It will be connected with fatha. رئيسهم الذي يأتي اليوم. Only one, I told you there is only one exception. When we use become or come, only then we connect it with kasra. Become ishtaraytahu. Yeah.
Dhamma, sir.
With kasra. When we use become, we connect with kasra.
No, in this case, sir, رئيسه ملذي.
Yeah, in regular situations, we will connect it with dhamma. Big one, yeah. رئيسهم الذي يأتي اليوم. Their president who is coming, or their manager or their boss who is coming today. إلى المدينة المنورة. منورة. Please tell me about this one. The patron, where it is ismul fa'il, ismul maf'ul, which bab is this? Try to figure out. It starts with mu.
Ismul maf'ula, sir, feminine.
Ismul maf'ul, feminine, okay? It starts with mu, and then the second last letter has fatha, as you can see here. So munawwara, that means this is ismul maf'ul for feminine. Okay, that's number one. Number two, which bab do you think is this one? Tashdid. The second one is and the one that has tashdid, so it will be nawwara, yunawwiru, tanwiran, to make something light.
Fa'ala.
Fa'ala, yufa'ilu, taf'ilan. Nawwartana, you have made our house, you have lit up our house. So when someone visits you, someone special, when he comes to your house, So the Arabs, they say, Nawwartana, you have made our house lit up, yani full of light. So Al-Madinah to Al-Munawwara to the city which is full of lights, the city which is lit up with the lights. لزيارتي لي is حرف جر للتعليل لزيارتي to visit مسجد الرسول the masjid of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi wasallam. So what do you think here? Adunnu should be translated as I think or I believe.
I believe.
Because he knows, right? He's sure about it. He's certain about it. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
I would say it's better to say I believe, because inni dhanantu anni mulaqin hisabiya, if you look at that verse, I believed that I will have, or I will be accountable for my deeds. So over there it's inni dhanantu anni mulaqin hisabiya. So same here. Adhannu annahum dhahabu ila al-matari. I believe they went to the airport لاستقبال رئيسهم الذي يأتي اليوم, to visit their president who is coming today, إلى المدينة المنورة, to Medina Munawwara, لزيارة مسجد الرسول, to visit the mosque of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi wa sallam. المدرس أكتبتم الواجبات يا أبنائي. Again you see here أكتبتم, and then when we connect it with Dhamma. أكتبتم الواجبات يا أبنائي. Have you written your homework, O my sons? Wajibati is maksur, it has kasra. Why?
This is sir
Maful.
mansoob bihi, sir.
Maful bihi. So why not
Maf'ul bihi.
wajibatu? My question is.
Sir, mansoob atu ati, sir.
Yes, when the ending is at, alif and ta, that is for the feminine plural. And we know that either it takes dhamma or it takes kasra. It doesn't take fatha. So when it is marfu, it will be with dhamma, al-muslimatu. But when it is mansoob, it will be al-muslimati. And when it is majroor, it will be al-muslimati. So in this case, akatabtumul wajibati, al-wajibat is maful bihi. That's why it is, so we will say this is mansoob. However, it is mansoob with kasra. Ya abnai, O my sons. At-tulabu na'am, katabna. Yes, we wrote. Ali, ana lam aktub. Ali says, I didn't write. So here is the use of lam aktub again. I didn't write. And the teacher, al-mudarrisu, lima lam taktub ya bunayya. Why didn't you write, oh my son? Lima, as you know, it means why. Lam taktub, you didn't write, ya bunayya, oh my son. Ali, he says, li'annani, because I, li, this is also lam ta'lil. Anna, yes, used for?
Indeed.
Yes, indeed. And ni, basically it was
Anna.
ya al-mutakallim, and noon has been added because ya al-mutakallim demands that there has to be a noon before it. Li-annani, because I, lam afhamid darsa, did not understand the lesson. Because I did not understand the lesson. Al-mudarrisu, ma huwa ash-shay'u alladhi lam tafhamhu fi ad-darsi. What is the thing that you did not understand in the lesson? So ma, what, huwa ash-shay'u is that thing. Ma is harf istifham, as we know. Huwa ash-shay'u is the mubtada. Alladhi, what is this?
Mawsula.
Ismul Mawsul, yes, it's used to connect. And then after that, we know either there has to be a nominal sentence or a verbal sentence. So after this, we have a complete verbal sentence. Lam tafhamhu. Who refers to what?
The lesson.
The lesson, excellent. Lam tafhamhu fi darsi. What is the thing that you did not understand in the lesson? Fi darsi, in the lesson. What is it that
Who
you did
belongs
not?
to Shay, sir.
Sorry?
Who belongs to Shay, not complete dars.
Ashayu, okay, Mahu Ashayu, that's right. So either we can refer to the lesson or to the thing. Here in this context, it will be to the thing because this is what it has been talked about over here. Okay.
Because he said, sir, lam tafhamhu fi darsi.
Fidarsi. So what is the thing that you did
So
not
who belongs
understand
to
in the
Shay?
lesson? Okay, excellent. Ashayu. So it's used for Ashayu. Okay. Aliyun, lam afham, I did not understand. And then when we connect it with al, it will be connected with kasra. Lam afhamil farqa. I did not understand the difference بين الجملة الاسمية between nominal sentence والجملة الفعلية and verbal sentence. So I did not understand the difference between nominal sentence and verbal sentence. طيب, I want to ask you now at this stage, would you say the
Who is
same
Ali?
thing? Would you say the same thing?
لا أستاذ no أستاذ الحمد لله.
What will you say? So would you say لا أفهم الفرق بين الجملة الاسمية والجملة الفعلية؟ إذا فهمتم اشرح لي. If you understand, please explain it to me. What is the difference between جملة الاسمية وجملة الفعلية?
الجملة الاسمية starts with a noun.
With a noun, okay.
الجملة الفعلية
It has
starts
two
with a
parts, mubtada and khabar.
Okay, so let's complete جملة الاسمية first and then we move on to جملة الفعلية. Okay, so it starts with a noun, that's number one. Number two, it consists of two parts, okay. What are those?
مبتدأ خبر.
المبتدا
khabar,
والخبر, subject and predicate.
predicate.
Okay, so normally what is the rule about subject and predicate?
مرفوع sir.
Both of them are marfu', excellent. And they are equal in number and gender. Okay. And also there is one more difference, if you remember. Mubtada is generally a
Always
proper
marfu'.
noun and khabar is normally a common noun.
Nakira, sir.
Yes, marifa and nakira. Ismul marifa and nakira. Okay, now we move on to al-jumlat al-fi'liya. What is a verbal sentence?
It starts with the verb. It consists of three parts: فعل, فاعل, and مفعول.
Yani minimum two parts, fail and file, right? And it could have three parts as well. For example, when we say ذهب بلال, it consists of only two parts, which is verb and the file, which is enough. However, as you said, it can consist of three parts as well: subject, and the verb, and then the file, and then مفعول به. Excellent. And Abbas says, كثير من الطلاب لم يفهموا هذا. Most of the students did not understand this. So, is there any Abbas here? Hopefully not. Okay. Al-Husaynu. Now, Hussein. Sa'altu akhawati. I asked my sisters. Allai yadrusna fil madrasati thanawiyati. I asked my sisters who study in the secondary school. An hada, about this. Walam ya'rifna. And they didn't know about it. So even Hussein says, even my sisters didn't know about this. So al-mudarrisu سأشرح لكم هذا الدرس مرة أخرى الآن. I will explain this lesson to you one more time or once again. سأشرح, I will explain لكم to you هذا الدرس, this lesson مرة أخرى, for the second time or again الآن, now. اسمعوا, listen carefully. اسمعوا, please tell me about it.
This is fail al-amr, sir.
فعل الأمر, singular or plural?
Samia yasma'u, sir.
Samia yasma'u,
Plural, sir.
for masculine or feminine?
يسمعون.
Sir, masculine, sir.
masculine.
But for both, when it is masculine, that means it includes both.
Both,
So
sir.
when I ask you isma'u, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm talking only to the male and not to the female. You know that when there is a gathering of male and female, they're together, then the male, the verb for the male will be used. So isma'u includes both. Okay. Listen carefully. Al-jumlatul ismiyatu, nominal sentence. Hiya al-jumlatu allati awwaluha ismun, is a sentence which the first thing of it is a noun. Nahwu, for example, as-sayyaratu jamilatun, the car is beautiful. So as you can see here, as-sayyaratu is a proper noun and jamilatun is a common noun, and mubtada and khabar. Hamidun maridun, also Hamid is sick. Aminatu mujtahidatun. So that means it is also ismul fa'il, because the second last has kasra. فَكُلُّ جُمْلَةٍ مِنْ هَذِهِ الْجُمَلِ أَوَّلُهَا اسْمٌ. And in every sentence, مِنْ هَذِهِ الْجُمَلِ, in these sentences, أَوَّلُهَا, the beginning, ismun is ism. So the beginning of every sentence here is an ism. As we can see here, as-siyaratu is a noun, hamidun is a noun, aminatu is a noun.
No.
وهو المبتدأ, and it is mubtada. والجزء الثاني, and the second part, هو الخبر, is predicate or khabar. المبتدأ والخبر مرفوعان. Subject and predicate are marfu'. So as you can see here, al-mubtada wal-khabaru, two. So that's
Marfu'.
why the subject is dual. So that's why the khabar is also dual. Marfu'ani are marfu'. Afahimtum? Did you understand?
Fahimna.
Fahimnahu jayyidan. We have understood it very well, right? Fahimnahu jayyidan. Now, Irfan, who refers to what? Ashay or others?
Who refer to sir? Who refer to sir? Jumla ismi and Jumla failure.
La, who?
Who refer to the missing link, sir, that they don't understand? Shay.
Farq, maybe. Or does it refer to the farq, difference? Or to the
Yes,
shay?
yes, Shay, sir.
To the shay, okay, the thing that they did not understand. Okay. Abbas says, Ana lamma afham. I still did not understand. Lamma, still or not yet, if you remember, yeah. So I didn't understand it. I haven't
Even we
understood
can say,
it
sir,
yet.
Ana lamma.
Hmm?
Can Abba say Ana lamma?
No, here, ana lamma afham, only lamma is enough. There is no need to say ana. Lamma
Okay.
is enough, yeah. So if you want to say ana,
Not
then
yet.
it's mubtada and then the khabar has to be complete. Ana lamma afham, I did not understand. Because khabar cannot be harf, it has to be at least one construction, which is incomplete or complete construction. Lamma is a harf. Harf cannot be mubtada. So you will say ana lamma afham, I did not understand, or you simply say lamma, not yet.
Lamma.
But yes, I did not understand. Qulta, you said, Inna al-mubtada'a wal-khabara marfu'an. That mubtada and khabar, or indeed mubtada and khabar, are marfu'. فما معنى المرفوع? And what's the meaning of مرفوع? المدرس المرفوع هو الاسم الذي في آخره ضمة. So marfu is a noun that ends with a dhamma. That is what is called marfu. And we know that the marfu can end with dhamma, or it ends with dhamma. Mansub ends with fatha, and majroor ends with kasra.
Kasra.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
المرفوع هو الاسم الذي في آخره ضمة. Marfu is a noun which has dhamma at the end of it, or which ends with dhamma. Nahwu, for example, al-mudarrisu, the teacher, al-babu, the door, al-kitabu, sorry, the book, and al-babu, the door. So all of them are marfu. Abbasun, alan fahimtu. Now I understood. The use of amma. Do you remember the use of amma? فَأَمَّا الْيَتِيمَ فَلَا تَقْهَرْ. As far, and we know that after amma, the second part of
You will find
will always carry fa when we talk about the second part of the sentence that starts with amma, if you remember that. أَمَّا الْجُمْلَةُ الْفِعْلِيَةُ. As for jumlatul fi'liya, or the verbal sentence, فَهِيَ الْجُمْلَةُ. So or then or that it is a sentence التي أولها فعل, which has, the first one has, or the beginning of it is a verb. نحو دخل المدرس, the teacher entered. قال المدير مدير, the manager said. So دخل is a verb and al-mudarrisu is a noun. So it starts with the verb, as we can see here. دخل المدرس, the teacher entered. قال المدير, the manager said. يكتب الطالب, the student writes. ففي كل جملة من هذه الجمل كلمتان. ففي كل جملة, and in every sentence, من هذه الجمل, in these sentences, كلمتان are two words. Okay, so if you remember, I told you that how to differentiate between mubtada and khabar. After, when the first idea finishes, try to put is RM after that, and then it will be easier for you to figure out that how to translate it as مبتدا and خبر. ففي كل جملة من هذه الجمل are كلمتان. So you try to put are here and then it will be clearer. For example, ففي كل جملة, in every sentence, من هذه الجمل, in these sentences are two words, كلمتان. الكلمة الأولى فعل. So الكلمة الأولى, let's say here, الكلمة الأولى is فعل. The first word is فعل. والكلمة الثانية, and again, is ismun. So try to put is over there. So wherever you can fit is, are, am, or let's say is, or, and are, that means the first part is subject and the second part is predicate. So here you can see here, al-kalimatul ula, the first word, fi'lun, is verb. So this is one, and both of them are subject and predicate. Wow is a coordinating conjunction. It's used to connect two ideas. And al-kalimatu thaniyatu is ismun, is a noun. So now inshallah you will not forget, hopefully, how to differentiate between subject and predicate. Did you get the idea what I'm trying to say?
Yes, Ustad, definitely. Yes, Ustad.
What did I say? How to differentiate
After
between
the-
subject and predicate? Yes.
Kalimatul ula is, we can divide as in between if it comes with a subject and predicate.
That's
Again, it
right.
is
So
subject
wherever
and
we can fit in, that means the first part is subject and the second part is predicate.
predicate.
For example, hada, this, kitabun, book. So hada is kitabun, this is a book. So the sentence is complete. So wherever we can fit is RM, that means the first part will be the subject and the second part will be predicate. وهذا الاسم الذي يأتي بعد الفعل اسمه الفاعل. And this noun الذي يأتي بعد الفعل فعل, which comes after the verb, اسمه الفاعل, its name is الفاعل. Okay, so here, how will you differentiate, or how will you put is, are, and where would you put it?
After fa'il is
بعد الفعل
yes, Ustad.
is اسمه, its name,
اسمه.
الفاعل, the doer. الفاعل مرفوع, the doer is مرفوع. أفهمتم? Did you understand? So this is something that we have been talking about, let's say from the beginning of book 1, about subject and predicate, and about the verbal sentence, that it starts with the verb and it consists of a doer, and the whole thing has been explained here in Arabic now. That's the only difference, that now, mashallah, you can read and understand even in Arabic something that we started in English in the beginning. When will it finish? Okay. الطلاب نعم فهمنا والحمد لله. Yes, we understood, and praise be to, thanks be to Allah. Ya Ustadu Aliyun, I think he has another question. Qulta, you said qabla yawmaini, 2 days ago. Qabla yawmaini, why do we have yawmaini?
2 days, sir.
But
Mudaf,
why it is
mudaf ilayh, sir.
why not
مضاف
yawmani?
إليه coming after قبله.
Qabla is special mudaf, sir.
Special mudaf. So qabla yawmaini, 2 days ago. Qulta qabla yawmaini, you said 2 days ago, or 2 days ago you said innal kalimata, indeed word, thalathatu aqsamin, has 3 types. Innal kalimata thalathatu aqsamin, indeed a word has, or it consists of 3 types, or it has 3 types. Ma hiya, what are these? So here refers to
Types.
aqsam, right? Aqsam, the plural of qismun, aqsam, that is the plural, and that's why it is treated as singular feminine. That's why it is mahiya. What are these? Ana nasituha, I forgot them. Ha refers to the aqsam as well. Ana nasituha, I forgot them. Al mudarrisu, man yarifu hada? Who knows this? Yes, who knows from our group? Who knows the 3 types of a word? What are these?
Ism, fail, and harf.
Ismun wa failun wa harfun, right? So Hashim says, Ana, I know. Aqsam al-kalimati, the types of a word. Al-ismu, a noun or the noun. Wal-fi'lu, the verb. Wal-harfu, and the particle. So aqsam al-kalimati, al-ismu, wal-fi'lu, wal-harfu. The types of word are the noun, the verb, and the particle. Okay, now the teacher says, Hati mithalan likulli wahidin minha ya amru. Okay, so he asks Amr to bring example of each one of them, or for each one of them, or Amr. So the teacher is asking Amr, Hati mithalan. Why not mithalun or mithalin?
Maf'ul.
Hati is
Hati, fail al-amr.
Yes,
fi'l al-amr, and when we
After
say
fi'l
that
al-amr,
when we use
mansoob.
fi'l al-amr, then after that we have to have a noun which is mansoob. Hatu burhanakum in kuntum sadiqeen, right? So hatu is the plural of hati. Hati, you bring mithalan, an example. Likulli wahidin minha, for each of them from it, ya amru, o amr. Normally, if you remember, if you have some idea, the verbs that are used in Arabic to bring or to come is ata ya'ti or ja'a yaji'u. But this is the special, fi'l al-amr that is used to make or ask someone to bring something. So instead of asking iti or ji, the fi'l al-amr that is used even in the Quran and in everyday life is hati, you bring. Hati al-ma'a, hati al-shaya. So whenever you ask for something, then for feminine, we know that it will be prolonged and it will be hati, as we know that ya will be added, right? And for the masculine, it is hati, mithalan likulli wahidin minha ya amru. Give an example of each one of them, O Amr. Amrun, do you remember anything about Amrun? It's different from Umaru.
Umar, sir.
Umaru is partially flexible, whereas Amrun is flexible. And why waw has been added over here?
because
Just to,
Differentiate.
just to differentiate between Umar and Amr, for example, if we don't have the vowel signs and if we don't have waw, then we will not be able to figure out whether it is Umar or Amr. But when waw has been added, then it is clear that this is Amrun. Amrun is flexible. Amrun, Amran, Amrin. Al-ismu nahwu, al-ism, for example, kitabun, a book, wa qalamun, a pen, wa talibun, a student, wa rajulun, a man, wa mudarrisun, and a teacher. Wal-fi'lu nahwu, and the verb kharaja. Yes, translation please. Kharaja.
He exit.
He left.
He left.
Okay.
Okay. Wasajada. Or he went out,
prostrated.
or he exited. Yes. Wasajada.
He prostrated.
He prostrated. Wa yajlisu.
He sat.
He sits, right?
He sits.
Oh, sorry. He
Yajlisu.
sat.
Mudari.
Wa yaghsilu.
he was
He washed.
He washes.
He washes.
He washes. Waktub.
He wrote.
right.
No.
And right.
Right.
Uktub. Uktub.
Uktub,
Yeah.
uktub.
And when we have
Uktub.
wow, then what happens? The Hamzat al-Wasl gets dropped. We don't pronounce it. Waktub, and you write. Okay.
You write.
And waqf,
You read.
you
You
read.
read.
Yeah.
Read.
So the verb, as we know, will be either past, kharaja sajada, or it will be present, yajlisu yaghsilu, or it will be fi'l al-amr, uktub wa iqra. So verb is basically past, present, and fi'l al-amr. Wal harfu, and particle, nahw, fi means in, right?
In.
Wa ila, and to.
To.
Wa min, and from. Wa na'am. Na'am is also harf, and
Yes.
yes. Wala, and no.
No.
Walan, harfilan as well. Walam, we have
Never.
learned these huruf now. Lam. So harfilan is used for negation in the future, and lam is used to negate, to say didn't.
Pass.
Wasinu, And seen kamafi sa'akulu, I will eat. And seen, as we know, harf istiqbal, that is used to talk about something we are planning to do in the future, or we will do in the future. Al-Mudarris, ahsanta ya Amru. You have done a good job, O Amr. Ahsant. Which verb form do you think it is?
On the wazan of afalu, sir.
Af. So I need to know which verb form is this. Is it number 1 or 2 or 3 or 4?
Afal.
I don't know.
Is 4.
4. Okay.
Or
Tasdeed.
So it's ahsana, yuhsinu, ihsanan.
ihsana.
Aslama, yuslimu, islaman. Okay, so this is the fourth one. Ahsant, so it was ahsana, ahsana, ahsanu, ahsanat, ahsanata, ahsanna, ahsanta. Ahsanta, you have done a good job, ya Amru or Umar. And if it is for feminine, it will be ahsan. Okay, ya Fatima too. So you have done a good job, Umar. And if you remember, we talked about this. This word is very deep. Ahsana yuhsinu ihsanan. And there is a hadith about it as well, that when you are praying, you should have the feeling that you are seeing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you don't get that feeling, at least we should have the feeling that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching us. So that is the highest form of iman, that is called ihsan. So ihsan is not the one that we do in Urdu, or we say in Urdu to do favor to someone. Here it means to do something in a perfect possible way, in the best possible way. That is called ihsan. Istirihu qalilan, take some rest. So this is fi'l al-amr as well. This is also fi'l al-amr.
We should follow it now, sir.
Sorry? Yeah, of course we will. Istarihu qalilan, take some rest, and this is fi'l al-amr as well, which is this is the 10th form of the verb. Take some rest. So you have to take some rest when you reach the 10th form of the verb. Irfan, we have reached only the 5th one. So don't forget that we have to reach in order to be able to take some rest. نبدأ الدرس الجديد في الحصة القادمة. The new lesson has started in the we will start the new lesson in the coming lesson, inshallah, if Allah wills. نبدأ, we will start. الدرس الجديد في الحصة القادمة, in the next period or in the next class, inshallah, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hashimun, أرجع المدير من مكة يا أستاذ? Has the manager returned from Makkah, O teacher? لما, not
Not yet.
So either you can say la lamma yarji', or you can simply say lamma, not yet. Sayarji'u ba'da yawmayni, insha'Allah. He will return after 2 days, insha'Allah. Can you please tell me something about it? Sayarji'u. What if I say yarji'u and sayarji'u? What is the difference between these
He
two?
will.
Sayarji'u, that means he
Yarji'u is
will go.
mudari,
Yeah.
yarji
And
for future.
yarji'u means he is going or he went.
Again.
Sir, sayarji'u for future, yarji'u for present, mudari.
Yarji'u, when we say yarji'u, it can be translated as both present and future.
And
But when we
Yarji'u
say,
for
but when
future.
we use sa, it restricts the
That
tense
means it's
only to the
future.
future.
Yes, he
Only to
will
the future,
return,
yes.
sir.
So the meaning will be restricted only to the future, then we will not translate it into the present. Sayarji'u ba'da yawmayn, inshallah. He will return after 2 days, inshallah. Ba'da khamsi daqa'iqa, after 5 minutes. Al-Mudarrisu, an abda al-darsa al-jadida. Shall we start the new lesson? Yes, Irfan?
Tomorrow, sir, inshallah, next
Listen here,
Sunday.
complete it. He says, Mahalan ya Ustaz. Take it easy, O teachers. Yani slow down, O teacher. Mahalan ya
Give it.
Ustaz. Yeah. Please slow down, O teacher. Lamma naktub ma katabta ala sabburati. We haven't written yet what you have written on the board. What kind of ma is this?
Mausula.
Mausula, yeah. As I translated it as what? لما نكتب, we didn't write or we haven't written yet. ما كتبت على السبورة, what you wrote on the board. All right, alhamdulillah. So it's been a long lesson, has lots of beautiful sentences and dialogues. So inshallah, I hope you go through the lesson by yourselves one more time. And when we come back after the weekend, inshallah, we will continue our lessons. Yes, is there any question? وإياكم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. أراكم على خير إن شاء الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. جزاك الله خير.
وإياكم.